Evening all, welcome to Tactics. There's not really going to be much tactics, it's just again me gobbing on, I'm afraid. But we're going to talk about Dust, and we're going to talk about some of the more enjoyable elements of the game as they come through. We're going to talk maybe a bit more about some of the drama, and it's just generally going to be a bit of a natter, so I hope you've got a very nice cup of tea and a cheeky bit of cake by your side for this. Dust at the moment is very good. I'm enjoying it, actually. God, I've never actually enjoyed this game as much as I am right now. In the last video, we proposed a reason as to why this is. It's because the, quote, tryhards, whoever they may be, this incredible band of people who God knows who they are, don't seem to be playing as much. And it does seem to be that there's a lot more kind of... I don't know, just generally same skilled level players, you know, who obviously play a bit more casually than the most aggressive teams. And this game has become rather enjoyable. So, yeah, I think now is the time to come and play. We've already spoken about the fact that, you know, a lot of people are burning up their assets, which I think is actually not a bad idea to do. It's incredible the way that these games do kind of instigate in you a hoarding mentality. And let me explain. In Eve, right, I have hoarded stuff like you wouldn't believe, because I've always thought to myself, I'll use that. So literally whenever I pick something up, I'll be like, right, I'll keep that, I might need that. And so I've got just tens of thousands of items across 15, well now 16 accounts, and it's getting a bit kind of crazy. I'm waiting for somebody to do the intervention where they kind of walk into my hangar, which is just cluttered everywhere. There's rats and cat shit all over everything as well, and it just stinks. And it's just all these bits of different ships and things. I'm talking electronically. And somebody just says to me, look, you know, Mr. Pyrex, you've got a bit of a problem. And I'm like, no, don't throw that away. I need that. I might need that. And it's like, sir, it's a piece of used excrement that seems to have been digested twice. And I'll be like, yeah, but you never know. Anyway, this is the kind of the phenomena that grows from these games. And this is exactly what's happened in Dust, is people have accumulated lots of money, lots of items, lots of suits, and they're just kind of sat there thinking, well, I'll keep it because I might need it one day. No, just throw it all away. Just don't delete it. I mean, just use it. Set up some suits, go and use your officer guns, go and use your rare suits, just go and deplete them all and have a laugh doing it, because I tell you what, you won't miss any of them. Okay, now we're going to start doing this. We're going to do some real kind of officer only weapon matches where we're just going to literally throw officer guns away. It's going to be hard to do, and I'm probably going to rage quite considerably when I lose 20 Baleks in a row, but I'm looking forward to it. I really am, because I just think these things have to be done from time to time, and I think there is something about the game at the moment that I think would really be therapeutic to you, to actually just say, right, you know, the game is done. Okay, let's enjoy its twilight. Let's enjoy its you know, its evening of activity. And I just think that is the way to play this game now. It's not to hoard. It's not to kind of sit there and hope and pray that assets and stuff gets moved across. I would honestly just use them all now. Keep your risk. Don't throw your risk away. I think, you know, I don't think you'll carry your risk across, but I think what would be fair for me is that it's capped. So they would say to you, well done for earning all this ISK, but the most you can carry across is 200 mil per character. So clever bastards can obviously just load up all of their characters and then move across with the money. That's fine, but I don't think billions and billions of ISK should ever travel across from Dust to Eve, to Eve Legion, because quite frankly, a lot of it has been, I guess, I don't know, what's the polite way of saying this? A lot of it has been unfairly amassed and accrued. There you go, that's a nice statement. Because of things like mechanics abuse, like locking of districts, that's unfair. That wasn't fair to everybody in the game, that somebody has figured out some tactics that lasted almost 7 months, was it? And they have obviously milked the game for a significant amount of money. And I think that is the biggest reason. I would almost say that no ISK comes across, but I do get that people will be upset by that. Think about it from a kind of beginner's point of view. If no ISK travelled across, everybody would be on the same level and they'd have to start again from scratch. And I think you can keep your name, you can maybe keep some boosters of some kind that reward you for being a Dust player, so you get like 6 months of boosters maybe. That would be fair to me. if you're going to sit there and say, no, I want the exact same character, the exact same armament, the exact same skill points, I want to be so far ahead of anybody new that comes into this game, and I want all of my officer gear, then fuck you, I hate you, because you have no right to ask that or say that. Dust 514 is ending. Legion is a new game. CCP, if they wanted to, could just say, fuck you, we're not even going to give you your name. But they're not. They're actually trying to work with you and provide a solution that makes new players coming into the game not get stomped by you, and they're trying to make it so that the game is level and equal, so that you won't just immediately say, well, you're a noob, I ain't playing with you. They want people to be included and inclusive with what the mechanics will be. So sorry, I don't think anybody should get anything more than maybe a very special Dust 514 booster that maybe gives you double skill points for 6 months, and that's your contribution from the word go. Maybe they cap your ISK so you can take 100 or 200 million ISK. That's it, no more. And if you want to kind of create hundreds of accounts, then go for it. That's your work that you put in. But I just think at the moment they have to find a way to remove and just destroy the ISK and the assets somehow, because it is going to be a new game. We're all going to start again, and I think that's a good thing, because quite frankly, just to carry on the game, I think will just make the game worse. You'll end up just finding that you're just being like, oh well, this is just Dust again. Oh well, I'm just going to start a public match and off I go. I think it has to be different to that. It has to feel different. The game has to be different. There has to be very recognizable. This is not the same game. It is better. It is Mark II, version 2. So I have an issue generally when people kind of get a bit, I don't know, they get a bit ragey about stupid stuff like this. And even though I do videos of this game and blah blah blah, I do have this incredible ability just to turn around and say, fuck it, it's just a game. Because I don't want to kind of prop a blood vessel over something so pointless as a amount of ISK or this or that. If I can keep my name and start again from 0 skill points, I'd be pretty happy, to be honest with you. In fact, I'd even want to change my name, because my name is stupid. It was just stupid as it goes, bloody stupid. And I think this is kind of part of me is not really bothered. I'm really not bothered. And I think some people feel incredible attachment to their characters, to their avatars. And I do, don't get me wrong, but I also know that this is a new game, and we should just kind of also accept that it is a new game and not get too spurgy about it. So we'll see what happens. I honestly couldn't, oh god, I get shotgun. I honestly couldn't tell you what's going to happen with that whole thing. I mean, to be honest, who knows? But for me, I think, I'm just excited for Legion when it comes. I'm just excited to hear what the process is going to be. I'm kind of keen to see maybe what is going to come through over the next few months. I think CCP have got a few fires to fight with the whole CPM nonsense once again, and I think, to be honest, once they've ironed all that out, I think we're then going to get some quite interesting stuff coming through. The games are good. I think there's plenty of people still playing this game. I think there's still a very enjoyable group of people playing this game, and I think, I would just stress, now is the time not to get precious about it. I think just, if you don't like the match you're in, just leave. Go and join another one, because there are always better matches out there. And I think at the moment, if you still do find that you're getting kind of stomped every so often, just leave the game. There's nothing wrong with it. At this particular point, anybody who sits there and tries to become like the ethical boundary of Dust 514, well, quite frankly, they can just go fuck themselves, because who cares about this anymore? The game is what it is. It's your enjoyment, it's your time. Why on earth would you sit in a match that you hate and get stomped in? So, I mean, I don't know, I kind of pick up a lot of hate with these kind of things. I mean, to be honest, don't really care. Don't care, to be honest. I think, I enjoy the game. I'm still going to do videos of it until they flick the switch. We do have a Legion series coming. I'm not talking about it because it's actually going to be quite special. It's not going to be some kind of inane, bullshitty, fucking, speculation-filled podcast. It's actually going to be quite an exciting little video with props. Oh my god, yes, it's going to be cool. You remember the cards we did, the Dust Battles cards we did. People have loved that, and so we've taken that idea to the next level. And I think, this is one of the things of doing a YouTube channel, is that it's more than just playing a game. I think sometimes, and I think when you see what we've done, I'm hoping you're going to like it, because it is bloody awesome. And that's all I'm going to say. It is going to be amazing. Well, yeah. Anyway, I'll say no more, because I'm already getting quite excited about it. So, this is what we don't generally speculate about Legion at the moment. We will eventually, but I think right now there's no point. People are not necessarily... There's nothing new about Legion out there anyway. No one really knows anything except the CPM, who obviously, do know something. Because they obviously had that summit after FanFest. So I'm sure there's maybe drama coming from that maybe that's why Nova Knife retired. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what the piss is going on anymore? But what really bothers me, and let me just be very clear on this point, is I do hate it when you have one group of people who sit there and say, we know something that you don't. Me, 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 me. And it's just like, oh, for God's sake, why would any game company do this? The CPM and the CSM is a great idea in theory because it's a marketing toy. It's something that they put in place. It's firstly to get them out of the shit, but secondly to also say we respect our players and community so much that look at what we do for them. And the reality is, bollocks. No. I'm gonna say no. Just no. Just simply no. And this is why I generally have quite an issue with it, because I think, quite frankly, it's a bit of a scam in a way. I mean, I hate to use that word, but CCP have been quite clever because, a lot of the hatred that's gone towards the CPM, if they hadn't have been there, it would have gone towards CCP. And I think we forget that sometimes. Actually, the CCP would have been the ones receiving this kind of barrage of bile and hate that the CPM seems to get currently, which, again, I feel sorry for them as individuals because I think they have certainly tried their best, but I think, just with the changing of so many people at CCP and, they're getting it right now. Saberwing, I think, is absolutely exemplary for this game, and that's not me kind of, quote, cupping his balls. This is actually me saying, I think the guy's bloody good at what he does. And I don't know about Rouge. He seems to be pretty good. I kind of respect his strength and his position on this. So, kind of doing that whole thing at FanFest cannot have been easy. So I respect him ultimately for doing that. So I think it's better now, but I think the previous kind of approach to the whole CPM was difficult. It does feel like it was tricky. Anyway, we're done. We're done talking about all that. It was a good game, by the way. I hope you enjoyed it in the background. I killed 2 people. 2 whole people, that's right. But look, I finished second. Gotta love being a lodgy. I hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you next time.